This is the video for 8.4b. So this is the second part of 8.4, but it's the part that goes with the ellipses that we've been talking about. And we're going to look at how ellipses look when they've been shifted. Okay, so the only thing different about this is that it's going to show this shift on the in with the X and in with the Y. And so since they're in parentheses, in with the letter, they are shifted opposite, right? It's always X minus the shift and Y minus the shift. So my center is going to be shifted over 2 to the right because it's with the X and down 1. So my center is going to be 2, -1. Okay, A is still the larger number. It's under the X, right? So square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 16 is 4. And since it's under the X, it's going to be going lengthwise, right? The larger axis is going to be along the x-axis or parallel to the x-axis. We still have the same relationship with A, B, and C. So A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. So I have 25. B squared is 16. And so C is equal to square root of 9, which is 3. Okay, so let's look what happens when we shift it. I'm going to shift it to my new center at 2, -1, and everything is going to go around that. In fact, I'm just going to draw a new set of axes, right? So going right through that point, I'm just going to draw a new set of axes. So now I'm going to do all the same things I did before, but on my new set of axes, right? So from 2, -1, I'm going to go over A. And since the larger number was under the X, it's along the X-axis, my new X-axis, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be right there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are those vertices? Well, from 2, X was 2 here for this, so I add 5 to the 2 and get 7. And it's still down 1 because that Y value hasn't changed. And then I subtract 5 and get -3, -1. And with the foci, we're going to do the same thing. From my new center, I'm going to go over 3. So now I was already over 2, add 3 more, now I'm over 5. And I'm still at -1 because that's where the major axis is. And if I go back 3, I was at 2, so it'd be 2 minus 3. That would give me -1, -1. Okay? Now to sketch the graph, I would go up from my new center, up 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, right? And down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm over 2, right? Up 4 from the -1 and down 4 from the -1. So I can just sketch this in. And that's my ellipse. It really looks quite round, doesn't it? The length of the major axis is still going to be 2a because I still have this length, right? And I got this by over a, back a. So That's still going to be 10. The length of the minor axis is going to still be 2b, so that's going to be 8. And the eccentricity is going to be c, which is 3 over 5. Okay? And that's how we do it when it's shifted. So let's try another one. Okay, so this is an ellipse, but it's in general form. So in general form, which we'll see with parabolas and ellipses and the hyperbolas, when it's in general form, we put the x, we make it all no fractions. We get everything onto one side. We put the x squared and then the y squared, right? Then we put the x and then the y and then the constant equal to 0. And that would be considered in general form. So before we can really do anything, we have to get it into our standard form that we can read off A and B and the shift and everything, right? So we're going to have to complete the square. We're going to gather all the x's together. We'll gather the y's together. And I'm just going to stick that 9 on the other side as -9. So before I can complete the square, I can't have a number out in front, so I'm going to factor that out. So I have x squared minus 2x, and I'll complete that square in a second. I'll factor the 4 out, so I have y squared plus 6y. And then I still just have -9 over here. So I'm looking for what goes right here, and I take half of the -2, which is -1, square it is +1. But when I write that 1 in there, I've really taken 9 times 1, right? So I added 9 to the equation, so I have to add 9 to this side. Now what goes right here would be half of 6 squared, so that'd be 3 squared is 9. But really, I have added in 4 times 9, so that's 36, so I have to add 36 to this side. Alright, so now I have 9, and this is a perfect square of x minus 1 squared, right? And I have 4, and this is y plus 3 squared. And over here, the 9's cancel, and I just get 36. So we're close, we're not quite. Remember, in standard form, it's equal to 1. So I've got to make it equal to 1 by dividing everything by 36. So 9 goes into 36 4 times. Sorry, I wrote that in the wrong place. 4 times. There it is on the bottom. 4 goes into 36 9 times, and then that's 1. So finally, what I have in standard form is x minus 1 squared over 4 plus y plus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. So there, I have it in standard form. Now I can find out all that information about it. Okay, here's our equation, and here are all the things that we need to find. So you notice that the larger number is under our y. So it's going to be one that goes lengthwise up and down. And a is the square root of that 9, so a is 3. And b is the square root of 4, so that's 2. So to find c, again we do a squared equals b squared plus c squared. So a is 9 minus 4, and so c is the square root of 5. The center is where I've shifted it. So the x is shifted to the right 1, positive 1. The y is shifted down 3. It's always the opposite of whatever's inside that parentheses with the letter. Okay, so the, let's sketch a little graph here. I'm going to go over 1, down 3. Okay, there's my new center. Okay, so now I'm going to go up A and down A, because since A is under the Y part, we're going up and down from our new center. Okay, so I'm going to go up 3, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. That puts it right on the x-axis. Stop it. And down 3, 1, 2, 3. So now all my x's are going to be the same here. They're going to go over 1. And now I'm going up 3 from that -3, so that's going to be up 0. And I'll go down 3 from the -3, so that will be -6. My foci are going to be on that same major axis, right? So they're also going to be over 1. And I should have given myself more room. So now we have this square root to add on to the here. So I'm going to go from my center up square root of 5. So I'm going to go -3 plus square root of 5, and over 1, -3 minus square root of 5. So when you've been shifted and you have something that's not a whole number, you still give the exact number by just taking that point that was at your new center and adding the c and subtracting the c. Okay, whatever that point was. Finish our graph here. We'll come from the center over to get our B. There's my graph, right? My major axis is the up and down. It's with A, so the length of the major axis is 6. The length of the minor axis is 4. Not -4, just 4. And the eccentricity is going to be square root of 5 over 3. Nothing else that we can really do with that. Okay, so that's really the only thing that you might find difficult, is writing how to write that point. But you keep the same point as that new center, right? And then you add the square root of 5, which is c, and you subtract the square root of 5, which is c. Okay, here's your quiz question. There's just one. I give you this thing. So in order to find the foci, you're probably going to have to sketch a graph and find A and B and C, right? So find A, B, and C, and then write the foci down as an ordered pair.